So after months and months of speculations, rumors and leaks, the trailer, the quote-unquote first official trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home is finally here, and we need to talk about this because there's a lot of different stuff which are happening here. So hello and welcome to Wonder WhyZ. My name is Soham, and in this video, we are going to talk about one particular aspect from the trailer which I'm not really liking that much, or rather which has really made me intrigued because of the possibility of something which we really didn't expect that much. Now obviously the context of what I'm going to say here might sound like a meme, especially because of the context of Wonder WhyZ, but I feel like there's something very strange which is happening to Doctor Strange. I know it sounds cheesy, it sounds cringy, and to some extent it might even sound clickbait worthy, but just hear me out on this one because in this particular trailer, Doctor Strange really feels strange. But before that, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to our channel since I do weekly anime and manga related content along with a bunch of other stuff involving movies. So be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all those different things. Now with that being said, let's just jump into it because in this particular trailer, we see that Spider-Man's identity has been totally revealed now. Everyone is just literally after him. We got possibly the hints for Daredevil as well. I'm not going to enter the discussions of who exactly were teased here because it's very easily going to be a Sinister Six movie. I'm going to probably make a separate video discussing all of those things. In this particular trailer, we directly got to see Dr. Octopus, and other than that, there were the bombs of the Green Goblin and even the electricity of Electro. And for one particular frame, it seemed like this was either Sandman or maybe the Lizard himself. So I'm going to talk about all of those different things in a separate video, stay tuned for that. But here basically the secret of Peter Parker has been revealed, everyone is after him, everyone is literally hunting him down, and therefore his life is a living hell right now because it's not just about him anymore, it's about his loved ones as well, because Mysterio had definitely made a name for him. He is being the next superhero, and in front of the eyes of the public, Spider-Man killed that persona, Spider-Man killed that hero. So he is definitely the villain in front of the public right now, and then there are the provocations of J. Jonah Jameson. And due to this, MJ, Ned, and even Aunt May are getting pestered, they are being questioned by the police, and even in this particular trailer we get to see a shot of Happy, who is being pursued by none other than the SWAT team. So it's an all-out debacle which is currently going on because of the reveal of Spider-Man's true identity. And in the midst of all of this, Peter decides that alright, enough is enough, I need the help of someone. I need the help of someone who is bigger than me, stronger than me, and especially experienced in matters like these. So therefore he finally approaches the door of the Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange. Now something is a little bit different here. Basically Doctor Strange directly just goes on to help Peter, according to at least this trailer. I can't really say that this is exactly how the movie is going to turn out to be, but according to the trailer, Doctor Strange immediately helped Peter out. Now my headcanon here, especially on the first watch, was that because Peter and Doctor Strange fought alongside against Thanos, he sort of wants to convey his gratitude, and at the same time because he was the protege of Iron Man, he felt like he had something which he wanted to give it to Peter because of his entire interactions with Stark. Now because in the MCU Spider-Man has been portrayed as Iron Man Jr., I thought that maybe this is the reason why Strange was immediately opting to help Peter out, because he sort of wanted to fill in the gap which Tony had left behind as yet another mentor for young Peter. But this time around things look very strange because he's even warned about the consequences of tampering with the multiverse, but he just goes poof, and he's not even listening to the wishes of Peter here because he says that once the spell is cast, you cannot do anything. Literally every single person is going to forget about the existence of Peter Parker's dual persona, that is, Peter Parker is indeed Spider-Man. Now unfortunately this spell is somehow going to misfire, and that will eventually lead us to the entire debacle of the multiverse. But I feel like there's something very iffy about this entire situation, especially how eager Strange was to involve the multiverse scenario, because this is a regression of his character at this moment. It definitely seems like a regression of his character. This Strange right here is very similar to the egoistical bastard which he was before he became the Sorcerer Supreme when he was the surgeon at the hospital. So it's like a regression of his character arc, and I immediately felt a disconnect for his character because after the entire shenanigans that they went through with Thanos, he must have matured as a Sorcerer Supreme, and after witnessing the death of Tony, he must understand the consequences of all of his actions, and therefore I felt like maybe he's going to give a long and eloquent speech to Peter about how one should not mess up with the entire multiverse madness, because It's a very, very weird thing. And even literally in this trailer, he says that, oh, we don't really know much about the multiverse. It's something which is beyond anyone's conception or perception for that matter. So it feels a little strange that he just goes on to immediately help Peter out. Now, I know that this is a trailer and there might be amalgamations of various different lines. Maybe this particular line which Strange said happened before, and after that maybe the entire multiverse shenanigans happened. But before all of that, I feel like there's an entity which is lurking in the background, which is none other than Mephisto. Now, this is in conjunction to the entire storyline of the Spider-Man comics, which is One More Day, where Spider-Man had to cut a deal with Mephisto. I'm pretty sure that you have heard about this story, you have read about this story, you have read the fan perception to it, and how it basically undid everything that Spider-Man had been through for all the decades, especially in the comics. It undid his wedding, it undid all the different things which he had been through, and it was basically a very divisive story among the fans. Now, in the comics, Mephisto basically makes a deal with Spider-Man in order to save his Aunt May, and therefore he's going to erase the secret identity of Spider-Man from the entire world in exchange for destroying his marriage with Mary Jane. Now, here in the MCU continuity, MJ and Peter are not married yet, but they both know each other and they both are dating, and therefore it's basically going to nullify their relationship. But at the same time, there's more implication to this, that Strange might be under the control of Mephisto. And therefore, coming back to the MCU, I feel like, especially in this movie, or at least for the second half of this movie, Strange might get under the control of Mephisto, and that is the reason why he's doing all of these different things. Because as the Sorcerer Supreme, and after seeing all the different shenanigans with Thanos, as well as Dormammu for that matter, I'm pretty sure that he's wiser than he was before as an egoistical maniac. He doesn't really need to become the next Tony Stark because he has seen the horrors of the world, and he will not knowingly tinker with the multiverse. At least that's my point of view or my point of contention at this particular moment in the story. And that is the reason why I feel like maybe Mephisto might have some form of an involvement in the story. At least for the first half, I'm pretty sure that this is Doctor Strange himself, especially where Peter goes and visits him. He might have given him some form of a knowledge about the multiverse and how dangerous it might actually be. But later on, sometime down the road, maybe Mephisto or someone else for that matter might come into the play. My guess here is Mephisto. I know that after the entire WandaVision series, this has literally become a meme, but it has definitely a potential. Just imagine about it. For the first half, Strange is himself. He's acting as himself, but for the second half, somehow Mephisto has gained control over his body, or maybe he has kidnapped him. And the Strange whom we see for the second half of the movie is not Strange himself. He's locked up somewhere else, and after the multiverse is finally activated and all the other characters come to this current timeline, towards the end, as the post-credit scene, we see that Strange morphs back into Mephisto. It's going to be a callback, it's going to be a hilarious joke, and at the same time, it's sort of going to be an Easter egg towards the post-credit scene of Far From Home, because there we saw Nick Fury was not himself, but rather it was a Skrull disguised as himself. And now because of this, the multiverse is open because of the meddlings of Mephisto, and now Doctor Strange is somehow trapped in a separate dimension, and this is eventually going to directly lead us to Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. And at the same time, I just want to point out one particular thing from WandaVision. In the new post-credit scene for WandaVision, we definitely get to see someone who is approaching the heart of Wanda. Now, the speculation here was that this was the astral form of the Sorcerer Supreme, so maybe it was some form of a message for her from Doctor Strange that I am trapped here, come and save me, or something along those lines. So overall, what I'm trying to say here is that Doctor Strange is looking very strange, and therefore his actions and his words don't really match up here very well, so I feel like there's something much more to it. Now, we already know that this movie is perhaps one of the worst kept movie secrets of all time. We literally knew almost everything about this movie, starting from the villains up to the heroes who are possibly getting teased now, and it's almost certain that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are almost going to come in this movie. But what if they finally managed to pull off one particular surprise element in the end, that it was not Doctor Strange, but rather it was Mephisto all the way? So yeah, I'm just thinking about it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you feel like this is maybe just a very far-fetched theory and this is Strange himself just being his usual egoistical maniac, just let me know your thoughts. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section below. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more. I was out for a while, but now I'm finally back. More videos are going to come up very soon. Join the channel membership for some very cool perks and features. Join the Discord server, and I'll see you all on the next one.